Hello everybody, it's your non-binary pal E.V.A here, and this artwork stemmed from me recently learning what a moonbow was. If you don't know what a moonbow is, it is essentially a rainbow that surrounds the moon at certain points of time. So yeah, they look really great, and I knew when I learned about these that I immediately wanted to draw something based off of those, and so I did. I did not procrastinate on it, which is wild for me. I did procrastinate on making this video though, because I did make the artwork in November. But moving on. Trying to draw this artwork, it took a while for me to decide on the composition, mostly because I wasn't quite sure even what to do for this artwork. But once I chose the composition, I decided what I wanted to do for this drawing. I wanted to have the moonbow in the background and to create a new character to be the focus of the artwork. And for creating the new character this time, I just decided to wing it. I didn't make a rough draft for them like I usually do, and I recommend to do for projects like this. But yeah, I just winged it right as I was sketching the character out, and I do like how they look. I got a bunch of references for them, but mostly just based off of vibes. And yeah, mostly I was just winging the design that was going to be the main character in this drawing. And I also got some references for the background, which I decided to have almost be kind of like a Greek-ish inspired thing with these columns, these Greek-style columns in the back that obviously would curve inward to create the focal point, make that a bit more clear. And I also included the character standing in water, which I'll talk a little bit more about how I created that effect. But this artwork actually ended up being quite a challenging one for many reasons, but the first one being drawing the character themselves. I really didn't like how their face looked. I thought something was off. I didn't like it, so I decided while doing the line art, which I went for my pencil-y sketchy style line art, by the way. While doing that, I completely changed where the face was looking. Usually in artworks, I tend to have something I wasn't quite liking in the sketch, and so I'll adjust it in the line art. I did this a lot back when I was first starting to draw. Nowadays it doesn't happen too much, but it'll still happen sometimes. I've never had to adjust like the line art phase from the sketch phase this drastically before. But I am really glad that I did, because I like this version of where the character is facing more than where they were before. I still can't really articulate why I didn't like the previous sketch before. I just didn't. So yeah, as you see me sketching this version of where the character is facing, don't get used to it, because it will swiftly change once I get to the line art. I also colored in the sketch, which I've been trying to do, and it was kind of helpful here. But not really, and I'll talk about that after I talk about the background. The background itself was pretty easy to draw, because I knew what I wanted to do for it. I just put in all the colors. I made the sky super sparkly and starry, and drew and shaded in the colosseums, or not the colosseums, the columns, and just copy and pasted them to the other side. And for the water, what I did was I had part of the blue be completely in the background, and then in front of the main character I drew in some more blue and erased it where the character is, except for the parts of their feet that are in the water, and then added some white to look like ripples in the water. I like how this looks. I've done this technique before when it comes to like certain parts of the character being in the water but others aren't. And yeah, it's a cool technique. For the moon bow itself, which was the whole entire point of this drawing, I drew in the moon, textured it. That was easy. But the more complex part was drawing in the rainbow itself. Mostly just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to make it super thick or super thin. I ended up going with a thicker circle, but then it was a bit of a struggle to get all the colors in there and visible, and I think I did it. The purple isn't quite as visible as some of the other colors, but it's there. It's there. For the character themselves, this was the other part that was really challenging, was the character. I was going to go with a fun color scheme of a a CMYK color palette. I've never done this before, and I wanted to try designing a character with a CMYK color palette, which, if you don't know, is cyan, magenta, and yellow, an alternative primary color palette. But it did not work. The reason why was because they just kind of felt like completely separate from the rest of what was going on. What I should have done was design them with a rainbow color scheme instead, like the thing that was behind them. So that's what I ended up switching gears to do. I went with a black, white, plus rainbow color scheme, like I tend to do, with their outfit being primarily black, their hair starting as white and then fading to a rainbow gradient. And then I did sneak in some of that CMYK palette into other aspects of them, like their top surgery scars and their jewelry and bits of their clothes as well. So yeah, I was able to include both themes, but primarily it's the rainbow color palette. For the shading, I went with the simple blue for the shadows and then all the rainbow colors for the highlights. And it actually ends up looking fine. Like, it doesn't look super busy at all, which I'm quite happy with. I think because I used the same value for all the colors, so none of them stand out. And also the blending mode does tend to like equalize all the colors into like kind of looking the same. So yeah, that ended up working well. And I used a bunch of effects for a cool like dapple lighting for the rainbow. I think that's what it is. Or like that glaring thing with the when you lens flare, that's what I mean, not dapple light, lens flare effects. And towards the end, I also almost forgot that I had sketched in some falling leaves, so I quickly added those in with a brush, and that was everything for this piece. I'm super glad I was able to draw this. The character here, I kind of headcanon as being related to the rainbow angels that I drew a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but a bit ago, where I kind of imagined them to be some sort of like worshiper or ancient worshiper of the angel gods. Someone who commented on that video suggested a cool premise that the rainbow angel aliens were once revered as gods, but did not like how the humans were worshipping them. They were like offering sacrifices and stuff. They did not like that, and so they left. And I quite like that, so I've kind of kept that as kind of a headcanon for them ever since, and I kind of imagine that there's still some worshippers hanging around, and that they end up maybe potentially the rainbow angels tend to like them better, and so give them some sort of special powers or something, which changes their appearance. I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun little headcanoning stuff that I might not make into a full story like I plan for all the other stuff that I have going on, but it's fun to think about. If you have any other ideas, then feel free to leave them below, like with my Rainbow Angel video. That'll be fun. And maybe you can leave some ideas for any more characters or artworks I can make for this sort of rainbow world that's going on here. Thank you so much for watching. This was fun to draw and make, even though it was really difficult. It was actually quite difficult of an art piece, but it was also fun. So yeah, that was great. As always, you can check out my other videos and subscribe for more videos. You can check out my Patreon in the description below, and thank you to Gibbous Rat for supporting me there. I have my comics and my artworks in the description below as well, all on my link tree, so you can easily click on whatever link you want there. And that is everything for me. I will see you in the next video. Bye!